yes, sir, it is. You have to go that way. Okay, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Jim, where are you going?
Okay, first of all, the schedule is the same as the preliminary schedule. We made no changes. The schedule and start list are posted online, so you can go to the website and take a look at them. But first, I will entertain any questions about the schedule or start list. Okay. Rules. There have been a number of changes in IBF rules and IBF International Masters rules and so forth. But for here, weighing in, you will weigh in underwear or nothing. No singlets and no socks. If you are heavy and the weight category you're moving to does not list the later session, you first need to report to your original session to weigh in to verify that you are moving up, and then report to your actual session for your official weigh-in. I have had a couple of people ask about that. So any questions about that? Corinne has asked me to remind everyone to sign up on the technical officials roster, find an open slot, and fill in your name if you have not done something like this before, and you want to, like Marshall or something like that, then we can pair you with someone who's done it before, and so you can be in apprentice mode. So make sure you go online and find a blank spot and pitch in. Sign your name. If you're not on the drop-out list, then let me know and I can add you to the drop-out list. Okay, any technical questions? Okay, well, I will turn it over to Michael then.
Okay, I'm good. All right, can everybody hear me? Everybody hear me?
Make
Okay.
sure online they can hear you, Michael.
Okay.
Can you do the microphone?
Do the microphone.
I don't like that.
I know.
All right. First of all, again, welcome to Baton Rouge. This is a fantastic venue, as you can see. Plenty of space. We got a lot of things exciting going to happen in this competition. This is our national championships. This is a drug-tested event. There will be drug testers here, and that will be taking place throughout the entire competition. In addition to that, we are really happy about the fact that Saturday, in this very venue, across this thing over here, this wall over here, is the Strongman State Championships for Louisiana, and also their powerlifting championships going on at the same time. That's the Saturday competition. For those that are really crazy, right across the hall over here is the ice hockey rink. They have a tournament going on Friday, Saturday, I think Sunday as well. You can come out and root for your favorite hockey players, or whatever that is. So a little bit of everything. Outside, I'm sure you saw if you were here last night, they have outdoor music that's on the street. That is really cool. You see, I walked by it the other night. They must have had 150, 200 people there with the chairs, all sitting out, drinking and laughing and joking, and they got live music. So something's going on all over the place. We are going to entertain conversations about the coming up events that we have. All right, first one is, the next competition after that for us is the Pan American Championships in Costa Rica. If you have not signed up for that, you can probably go ahead and do that. Make sure you're locked in so you can compete in Costa Rica. You must be a member of USA Masters, and that's all you need to have. If you got that set up, you're good to go. And it's a great competition. We're looking forward to that. We will be down there to bring all the stuff we need to make sure they have a really good competition. Right after that, I think it's 2 months, is the World Championships in Finland. If you have not made your flights and all that, you do that right away, because as I'm sure you're aware, flights are going to go up through the roof in the next couple of months because of what's going on with Boeing. So you want to make sure you lock in that as soon as you can. If you want to go to Finland, Finland is, I've been there, my wife and I have been there several times. It is magnificent. It is way up there. So you fly into Helsinki, you either take another plane for another 8, 6, 7 hours, or you can drive. My wife and I are renting a car because we're going to stop along the way and visit a couple little spots. And so we're going to drive the 10 hours to get to the place. Very nice city. Arctic Circle, yeah, that's even better. And it goes to the Northern Lights and all that kind of stuff. It's going to be kind of cool. We like to make it part of it when we go somewhere to take a look at what's going on in the different parts of the world. Then we're coming back to the United States. Our Howard Cohen this year is in Valley Forge, at the Valley Forge Casino and Resort. It was there for the Nationals last year. Difference is we now have the entire facility. What you saw there last year was only a half of the facility. We now have the entire facility because that event will not only be the Howard Cohen Championships, it will also be the first year of the American Championships. The American Championships is an international event recognized by the Pan American Federation, which means all competition records there will count for the Pan Ams or the United States. That America's competition, America's Cup, is going to be the first time. That's going to be held every year, starting moving forward. First year is in Valley Forge. In addition, because Canada's Masters starts at 30, not 35, we're going to follow that. So for our athletes, 30 to 34, they will be able to compete for the first time, not in the Howard Cohen, but in the America's Cup. And the reason for that is Canada follows that. We are now in discussions to add 30 to 34-year-old down the line, possibly by next year, but that has not been approved by our board. So that's going to be a great competition. In addition to that, we're also including for the first time the, what do they call that event? Where they put the power, super total, snatch, clean and jerk, and deadlift. For those that like to participate, not everybody needs to participate, but if you'd like to, it's going to be in there. That's going to run in conjunction with the fact that going on in the same venue will be powerlifting championships, will be a strongman, strong woman. That will be a world qualified event, and will also be feats of strength. That will be going on at the same time, and we're in negotiations now with bodybuilding to go on at the same time. That will all be in that giant facility, 58,000 square foot. So that's going to be really nice. That starts on a Wednesday, runs through a Sunday, like most of our competitions. We're looking for a lot of fun in that event, and we're looking to expand that going into 2025. 2025 is a very unique year. For the first time, all four major events for the United States, which is the Howard Cohen, the National Championships, the Pan American Championships, and the World Championships, take place in the United States. That's the first time. It's never happened before. National Championships 2025 will be in Boise, Idaho. Boise is everything about it I fell in love with as soon as I went there. Their venue is very, very nice, much like this, not quite as elaborate, but it's a big facility, plenty of room. I think we got 58,000 square feet in that facility, more than enough, but we're getting bigger. Remember, that qualifies you for the World Championships, which are going to take place in Vegas. The next meet after that will be the 2025 Pan American Championships. That's going to be held in Baton Rouge, but not here. It's going to be held at the Crown Plaza. Remember the Crown Plaza we held the Howard Cohen 2 years ago. It's going to be there again for the Pan American. Pan American Championships is going to be we're talking about a 500 to 600 athlete competition. In addition to that, the day after our competition will be powerlifting and strongman qualifiers for their world championships, going on the same venue. So we'll strip out, they'll come in and do the same. 2025 World Championships is in Las Vegas at the Westgate Resort and Casino. Their facility is 65,000 square feet. We've rented the entire block. That is going to be a 10-day competition. The IMWA has gone out of their way to make sure that that event is well attended. They have increased the number to 1,200 athletes to compete in that competition. That's the first time that's ever happened by a long shot. They are opening up to athletes from all over the world. Naturally, we're talking about usually between 60 and 80 international teams will be coming into Las Vegas for that competition, particularly Las Vegas, because that's where all the world is going. In addition to that will be everything, every strength sport you can possibly imagine going on at the same time in the same venue. That will all be master related. So everybody there will be masters just like we are. So you got a lot of things going on, obviously, and so that's the Worlds in 2025. And then, last but not least, the 2025 Howard Cohen and American Cup will be in Orlando. We're going to go back to Orlando, same venue, and that will be in December of 2025. So a very packed 2025. Cheryl and I have been sleeping very little to get prepared for that. It's going to be a knockout, drag out. But the one thing that keeps us going is the fact we have such great volunteers. I mean, you must understand, Corinne, who handles all of our technical stuff and does an outstanding job for us, and does an outstanding job for the IWF as well as the IMWA, is always on us about, we don't have the numbers, we don't have the numbers, we don't have the numbers. 3 weeks ago, we had a board meeting to discuss a few minor little details for this competition. In the board meeting, she got her chance to do her little speech. Her little speech 3 weeks out is, help, we're in trouble, we don't have enough people. This time she stood up, she said, we're in great shape. And everybody's like, what? I said, no, we're in great shape. We have more than, we're in good shape, fantastic shape. So we're very, very happy about the response. We will have both national and international referees at least 2 for every station, 2 for every platform for every session, right? Yes. Right. That is 2 national or international referees. Very few locals you'll see, unlike some federations that can only have locals. We have all the names. So all of our totals, all of our lists will count for a national record. That's what's going on with us. You've got a very, very excited, very patient, very caring board members that really care about our sport and care about you guys, and do everything in their power to make sure everything that we do is geared towards the Masters organization, everything. Even the little small things that you've already seen in the venue, little things like the platforms back there that are all brand slapping you. Those are things that we do. We make sure we have the right equipment. Everything you see in here is illegal. Everything is brand new, off the factory just a couple of weeks ago. Arrived here just 2 days ago, already set up, both training and downstairs. Everything about it is first class. We go out of our way to make sure you guys have got everything you need. That said, anything else before we turn over to questions? We're good?
I have a quick question. So you mentioned about drug testing. Can you talk briefly about what records will be set this weekend?
Yeah, okay.
And how those are managed?
The records here are USA Masters weightlifting records. Okay, USA Masters weightlifting, that's what this event's about. All records that we keep will be up for grabs at this competition because doping control will be here. They will take the drug testing, both male and female, which I must reiterate, if you're lifted in a session and you get finished lifting, don't take off, even if you didn't win a medal, because if you take off and they come to get you and you're not back there, you're done. That's it. Okay? We take doping control very, very serious. Why? Because it's your money. It's your money. Remember, $25 out of every entry fee goes to doping control. It's your money. We're going to make sure you get your money's worth out of the thing. We're not going to hold any punches on that. That's something that we've been doing for the last 15, 16 years for internationals, and the last 10 years for the Howard Cohen. We take it very, very serious, the way it should be. We want an even playing field across the board. So, doping control will be here. Yes, sir.
Michael, sometimes we're told you can leave after the last drop in your session, and sometimes we're told you can't leave until after the medal ceremony.
Well, that is true on both counts, Jerry, both counts. In Masters, not every time the medal session takes place directly after the session. Sometimes they wait in between a snatch and clean and jerk during that 10 minutes to give out the awards for the session that just took place an hour ago. So basically what happens is that athlete needs to talk to a TO, a technical official, back there. Now, everybody back there, everybody in front are TOs. They know if doping control is going to be there, or they've already selected the individuals. Okay, so your best bet is to ask a TO right off bat, as doping control selected. If the answer is yes, and they didn't come to get you, then you're done. Yes, sir.
Well, TOs have to know.
Yes, they were the first ones you're told.
I've been asked plenty of times, and I just don't know what the answer is because I've never been told.
You'll now be told. You'll now be told. Okay? So And I can't tell you because obviously I'm not allowed to know that. So Corinne will talk to all TOs and let them know during the session, during the clean and jerks of the session, that here's what's going to happen. They can't tell you who, but they can tell you doping control is here for this or here for that. Okay? Yes, sir.
Can we make that the marshal and not any TO?
I think that's probably the best bet. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. We'll go Marshall. We'll go Marshall. Okay. Yes, sir.
Larry from Chicago Michael.
Uh-huh.
A month or two back, you mentioned that you had recommended to the board that we go back to the 8-man team size.
We have discussed that, both 10-man and 8-man. In fact, we didn't go with 8-man, we went with 5-man. And we discussed that.
It was 8-man for this meet.
We did not go with it this meet at all, and the reason why is because we had already put the paperwork out. All the entry forms had gone out for that, and we felt like it wasn't fair to go back and change the entry form to offset that with an 8-person team. So that's why that was done that way, Larry, is because the entry form, we stand by the entry form. Entry form tells you there's a 10-man team and your doping control. We do exactly what the thing says.
Michael, you're more reasonable. I talked to Les about this too. The 10-man came from international competition, country versus country versus country.
Right.
Very few clubs in the United States have 10 masters. It's very difficult.
Well, that's why, Larry, we're looking at,
teams in the whole United States.
that's why we're looking at 10 and 5.
That's why we have the last 3 years, we go back to the 8-man team.
Right now, that is in discussion for the 2025 season. And that's on our list of things to discuss to do that. And we can't do it for the Howard Cohen because the Howard Cohen entry form has already gone out. It's got to be done before the entry form. This meet here is too late. It's over.
10-man?
It's 10-man, that's right. And again, Larry, that's what was put on the entry form. I'm not going to change what's that. That's not fair. That's not fair to anybody. If the entry form says we're going to start on Wednesday, we start on Wednesday. If the competition, if it says we're going to end on Sunday, we end on Sunday. If it says it's 10-man, it's 10-man. If it says doping control, it's doping control. We don't play around with it. We follow what we say we're going to do. Anybody else? Yes.
Can you explain how it works for the Howard Cohen and the America Cup?
How the awards? Be glad to.
Twice?
The awards are very, very simple. Those athletes that want to compete in both events have the right to do that. If you don't want to compete in both events, you select one that you want to compete in, you compete. That's number one. The Howard Cohen traditionally receives 1 medal, that's for total. The the America's Cup will receive 3 medals because it's an international event. So therefore, that's the difference. There will be a total of 5 medals. 5 medals.
The question is, how many times do I lift? Do I lift once?
One time.
Counts both ways.
It works both ways. One time. Now, you must understand, Sarah.
Jerry, you never know what they're gonna decide, right?
Sarah, this was done at the Pan Am Championships in Gatsby, where they ran 2 events at one time.
Okay.
This is not the first time this has happened.
Well,
We're following it because the Canadians asked us to follow it. And so we said, yeah, what the heck? Look here, any chances of competing, particularly when you can compete as an international representing the United States, why would I say no? Why would I say no? So that's why we ran it together. We could not do it separately because the Canadians could not afford the doping control for a small competition. Yes, sir.
I have a question specific to me. I paid for an entry for our Cedar Park Masters team now. I was wondering, did any of us populate that team with entries, or are we all automatically included to that?
I didn't hear it. I'm sorry, I didn't hear it. Did you hear it?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's asking about, they paid for the Sheriff Park team.
Okay.
They haven't submitted a roster. He was wondering if everybody's just automatically included.
You got to select the 10 men, right?
Yeah, well, it's, basically, the answer to the question is you do need to submit a roster.
So who our people that are in it will be our roster?
Well, you have to submit that.
You got to understand, you got some teams that have a lot more than 10 athletes.
I screwed up. I paid the entry fee and we never put together a roster and submitted it.
It's not too late. You can go ahead and
Okay.
bring it to me.
For triple the amount.
I had to pay
Yes, yes.
Michael, just a comment to your previous statement. So the Costa Rica Pan Am is also going to be a dual meet. So for the Central South
There you
American
go.
athletes. So you're lifting 3 times, you're going to be awarded maybe
There
2
you go.
medals. Yeah.
Okay.
And also this is the last event to qualify for the Masters Pan Am in Costa Rica. So make sure you know that, and you still have time to register. Yeah.
Anybody got anything else here? Yes,
I have 3 questions.
fire away. I'm here for you.
The most practical first, will the food venues be open tomorrow in the building?
We don't just say.
At this point in time, I can't say one way or another because of the weather that they're experiencing. The weather, as I'm sure you're aware, they've shut down quite a few places. The schools are not in tomorrow because of the weather. Okay, so it is very serious. It's very serious. Now, we are still alive. We're still. What? Okay, we don't know. We don't know anything. Yeah. So, if the facility is open, the vendors should be here. If not, there's a lot of places around here that you could get something to eat.
But there's not a lot of time between way in.
I understand. Well, then you do what I do, and that is, well, don't do that because my wife does that. No, you have to bring your stuff with you. So I would suggest tonight, go out and get what you think you need to eat before you weigh in. Because I don't know what's going to happen with the weather. I'm sorry.
If you are trying to qualify for Finland, do you have to tell anybody?
No.
No. And my last question, if you coach has to weigh in at the same time his lifter is competing, do you have any advice for that situation?
Yeah, the coach tells the lifter what to put down as first attempt in kilos in the snatch and first attempt in kilos in clean and jerk. That's it.
No, it's
the other way around.
The coach is actually doing his weigh-in. Well, he wants to be coaching his lifter.
Oh, well, you're talking to me. Are you kidding me? I'm going to coach almost 40 athletes here. I have to deal with that all the time. So I have another coach, an assistant coach, that will handle that for a brief period of time while I run in there. So, I mean, I have weighed in and then weighed in the other side before. So, I mean, we all do what we got to do. But if you've got multiple athletes, then that's what you got to deal with.
And just last, thank you for all you do.
Who do I got to call?
That phone call. What's your contact?
Really? He called me?
Question.
Yes.
To make it clear, like, I'm right on weight. I gotta starve all night. Am I gonna be allowed to bring like a couple of Gatorades and some?
You can bring whatever you want.
Okay, and because, there's the one policy with the 1 doors, I just assumed there was gonna be food here.
Guys, you got to understand. I'm hedging on this a little bit because I don't know everything. Okay, I know they've shut down the vast majority of Baton Rouge today. Okay, they've shut it down. Now, obviously, they ain't shut this place down yet because it's still open. We're still here. Because I don't know what to expect.
He can bring food in.
But you can bring whatever you want in because I paid extra money so you guys could bring food in. Okay, I paid them extra money.
We have to cut this meeting.
So what are we gonna do?
You gotta call them.
Huh?
You gotta call them.
Okay, all right. So we just got what did we get? A text, phone call? Okay, so they're talking about shutting this place down tomorrow. Okay. All right. I don't know. I know as much as you do right now. As soon as I get finished with you guys, I'm going to make the phone calls. I'm sorry?
On the Facebook page.
On the Facebook page.
On the Facebook page?
It would be everywhere we got access to.
Can you send out
We're gonna send it out to everybody.
an email to everyone?
Everybody. And then we'll have to.
Website too, because emails don't go out to coaches.
That storm that's coming is up at Lake Charles and dumped 6 inches of rain in less than an hour. And everything is flooded there, and it's coming this way. And it's supposed to hit at 5 in the morning and just be miserable for the entire day. So they may very well close it.
Well, acts of God I can't deal with. I mean, that's. Oh, come on. I'm sorry, I'm good, but I ain't that good. So, yes,
Sorry, I
ma'am.
can put rebates
Yes,
about
ma'am.
that. Worst case scenario.
Worst case scenario.
We're closed tomorrow.
Right.
So then do we reschedule and start on?
No,
Thursday?
we'll have to come up with another plan.
Okay.
We'll have to come up with another plan. Trust me, this is nothing that we have thought about or looked at or even thought about, okay? Okay, I've been doing this for a long time. I've only been in one competition in my entire life. My first competition was at 4 years old. I've been active since I was 4. I'm 66. So I've been doing it a long time. And I've only had one competition where we were in the middle of a competition. In the middle, I'm competing against a guy. He's going out as a 148-pounder to lift in Michigan, and they shut everything down and forced us to go into a tornado shelter for 4 or 5 hours. Then they gave us the all clear. We went upstairs, and the whole entire place was devastated, except for us. So we walked into the venue. They gave the guy 20 minutes to warm up, and we started the competition over. So I mean, and outside I was like, oh my God, it was terrible. That's it. I've never seen anything like this before. So again, what we're going to do is we're going to wait and see. We will send out everything to everybody that signed up for the meet. You'll get a note from us, an email on what we're going to do. Then we're going to have to decide. So clearly, the Brain Trust is going to have to get together and come up with a plan how to deal with bringing in more athletes. Now, if I'm not mistaken, there are 4 sessions tomorrow?
Yes.
4 sessions tomorrow. 4 sessions. So it's not like we got 6 sessions we got to deal with. So we'll find a way around. How many we got the second day?
4.
4. So we could do that if we had to. And of course, I'm sure there's going to be some people that are the flights and all that are going to be messed up. But again, if they shut down the place, guess what? They've shut everything down. Okay, especially the airports. So we're going to roll with the punches. That's all we can do. That's all.
So can I ask, Gwen, you said email, website, Facebook page, where, did you have another suggestion?
Instagram?
Okay.
Instagram, okay, we'll do it with all of our social media. We have all 600 people that have signed up for this event. So they are clearly will get an email from us.
The coaches,
Okay?
family, yeah.
We might want to put in that email, make sure you tell your coaches.
Say,
Yeah, well,
Remind the athletes to tell the coaches.
All right.
Has there been talk of evacuating the area?
Look here, she's just pulling it up though. Julie's just pulling it up now. I have not seen anything. All right, anybody else?
lifting questions.
Any good news?
Everybody else is okay?
Be a lot of let athletes come in.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. All right, guys, I appreciate it. Again, we'll be in touch. Yes, ma'am.
One more question. The Howard Cohen, will it be a qualifier for nationals like for next year?
2024, there are no qualifiers for any of our competitions. We did that on purpose. We did it.
Even Costa Rica and.
That Costa Rica is international. They have their own
That's different,
qualifying.
okay. I just was like, that's.
Yeah, but you see, you can't qualify for international events without going to one of our events.
Right.
Okay, so USAW events are no longer accepted by us or by the International Federation. So they're outside now.
Make sure I have that clear.
Yeah. So you got a bunch of opportunities for Costa Rica. This is it.
This is it, yeah.
This is the last chance. For the Worlds, I believe this is it as well.
Yeah,
That's it, the doping controls, correct?
This is it. This is it as well.
yeah.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
In 2025, there'll be qualifiers, right?
More than likely, there'll be qualifying events, certainly for the Worlds and certainly for the Pan Americans. As far as the Howard Cohen Act, that's what we're going to discuss. That's what we're discussing. But you will know that before 2025.
Is there any movement on having local meets or?
That's all part of the discussion. That's all part of the discussion. You must understand, running in conjunction with the WSO is no longer viable. Okay? So we have to run it on our own. And so there's lots of discussions about how we're going to set that up, and we're working on that now. That's why we decided not to have qualifiers for 2024, 2023 and 2024. Okay? Just so we can buy time to figure out how we were going to handle that. Okay? All right, everybody good? All right, stay dry, and we'll try to get you the information, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.